The woman who gave 2 coins. Luke 21, 1-4 says, "Looking up, he saw the rich people putting their gifts into the treasury, and saw a poor widow putting in 2 small copper coins. He said, 'Truly I say to you, this poor widow has put in proportionally more than all of them, for they put in gifts from their abundance, but she out of the poverty put in all she had to live on.'" In the Gospel of Luke, we encounter a moving story of a humble widow who offered 2 small copper coins as her contribution to the temple treasury. In the eyes of the world, her offering might have seemed inconsequential, but in the eyes of Jesus, it was a demonstration of unparalleled generosity. This passage teaches us that true generosity is not measured by the amount we give, but by the heart with which we give. The widow's gift was an act of faith and selflessness, and as she gave all she had to support a greater cause, her example reminds us that generosity is not limited to material wealth. It encompasses the willingness to share our time, love, and compassion with those in need. As we reflect on this passage, let us ask ourselves, are we willing to give sacrificially, not out of our abundance, but out of a genuine desire to make a difference in the lives of others? The widow teaches us that even the smallest acts of generosity can have a profound impact on the world around us. The boy who gave up his lunch. Matthew 14, 15-21 says, "When evening came, the disciples came to him and said, 'This is an isolated place, and the hour is already late. Send the crowds away, so that they may go into the villages and buy food for themselves.' But Jesus said to them, 'They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat.' They replied, 'We have nothing here except 5 loaves and 2 fish.' He said, 'Bring them here to me.' Then he ordered the crowds to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up towards heaven, he blessed and broke the loaves, and gave them to the disciples. And the disciples gave them to the people, and they all ate and were satisfied. They picked up 12 full baskets of the leftover broken pieces. There were about 5,000 men who ate, besides women and children." In the Gospel of Matthew, we encounter the miraculous story of Jesus feeding a multitude of people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish that were offered selflessly by a young boy. This astonishing event serves as a powerful illustration of the abundance that flows from a generous heart. When faced with the hungry crowd, the disciples initially saw scarcity, but Jesus saw an opportunity for abundance, and this young boy saw an opportunity to be generous. He took what little was offered, blessed it, and multiplied it to feed the thousands. This miracle teaches us that when we are willing to share what we have, no matter how meager it may seem, God can work wonders through our generosity. Matthew 14, 13-21 reminds us that generosity has a ripple effect. The act of sharing not only meets immediate needs, but also inspires others to do the same. As we give of ourselves, we create a chain reaction of generosity that can transform communities and even the world.